Hey guys, how you doing out there? Thanks for tuning in. This is the Self-Made Guided Tour, a little bit of a web series I've got going on Big Dave. And as I've said, we're going to be taking you into the heart of every track of my debut album, Self-Made. Today we've got tracks 3 and 4, that's Hey Girl and The Good Life. Okay, first off the rank today, we're talking The Good Life, we're talking track 3. What can I say, you know, real housey, upbeat sort of summer jam. More quality production business from Mr. Grant Who. And yeah, we had the fabulous Miss Kitty B on the chorus for this one. Really brought her A-game vocals to it, nailed the hook. It was the first single off the album. And yeah, really got a good reaction to this track. Before we dropped The Good Life and Self-Made the album, you know, I'd really only had radio support from community radio outside of a one single spin on Triple J Hip Hop Show back in 2010.
Big Dave was before that with Days Gone By, representing Canberra and Wollongong, of course. And you're listening to the Triple J Hip Hop Show.
Once we dropped The Good Life though, that radio drought ended. You know, got picked up by 160 or so top 30 stations around the country. They all started playing the song and picked up a couple dozen radio interviews as well, which really started to help push my name out there as an artist.
Big Dave on the A-list now about his latest single, The Good Life.
Good Life was also actually one of 2 songs that we chose from the album to create music videos for. And yeah, got a fair bit of support from Rage on that. They gave the Good Life video about a month worth of airtime, and you guys out there gave it a fair bit of love on YouTube as well, so big thanks for that. I'm actually really proud of the Good Life music video. You know, it wasn't a big budget production or anything like that. You know, there's not a lot of money around with an independent artist, but it was a case of, like with my album and with my career in general, a case of people just getting behind me and supporting what I do and giving their time, effort and passion to help make it happen. You know, we had a budget of under $2,000 and came up with the script and the storyline ourselves, and you know, bought and created all the props ourselves, and even all the people you see in the video and the people that were behind the scenes in the video, they're all supporters and friends. And yeah, so massive thanks and big shouts to everyone that got involved and helped out. Most of the outdoor scenes for the video were just shot in the suburbs around Canberra here, around my place down here in Western in Canberra. And believe it or not, the indoor scenes were actually filmed in the same garage that we recorded the album in. Just pushed all the recording and office stuff up to the back of the shed and lined the walls with black plastic up each side and put a backdrop up at one end, and yeah, boom, we had a film set. Actually, speaking of the backdrop, it reminds me of a little story. You know, we were filming on the Saturday and I had a mate coming down on the Wednesday before that. He was going to play one of the roles in the video, and more importantly, he was going to paint this beautiful paradise backdrop for us to use on the set. And a couple of days before he's due to come down, some personal stuff come up and it turns out he couldn't make it down. So, you know, I'm in a bit of a panic after 2 months of planning. You know, we've got everything ready for Saturday and suddenly I might not have a set. So we're having a bit of a freak out, you know, we're ringing around and trying to find someone to help out. And we ended up getting in touch with DJ Skay. And on top of being a mad DJ, you know, he's a top shelf graph artist, and he ended up coming down on the Friday and spent the afternoon painting the backdrop, and we got it ready just in time for the Saturday, and then he hung around and filled the role that was missing as well. So yeah, massive shouts to Skay for that one, man, staunch as. So yeah, we got this video ready in time for the single and album release, and as I said, you know, got some great support from you guys out there on YouTube, and also got some TV love from Rage. Actually, speaking of TV, we also got a bit of airtime on Channel 11 on our Couch Time show with Labby and Stav, and I actually got to fly up to Queensland too to do an interview for that to support the release. Pretty cool experience dropping into Channel 10 studios and doing the interview and all that, but at the same time, my mum had just had a heart attack and had some other pretty heavy personal problems going on in my life. So if you wonder why I look so worn out in the interview, that's why. You know, I had maybe an hour's sleep the night before the show, but I think I did all right. And you know what they say, the show must go on.
The album is Self-Made. It's on iTunes. Go and grab it today. Big Dave, mate, a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
We are getting out of here. It's over to the crew on Neighbours.
As far as the lyrics for the song go and, you know, what it's all about are concerned, you know, I was in a really good place when I wrote this song, and I wanted that to shine through when you heard the track. I've come from a pretty heavy background to be here with you guys. You know, there's been a lot of violence and a lot of pressure situations. It's felt a lot of the time in my life like I've just been battling to survive, if you know what I mean. More recently though, you know, my life's really started to turn around and started to taste some success in life and find a bit of that good life. So, you know, I wanted this song to reflect that. I'm not talking about money here either, you know, or a big house or a lot of cars or financial success. Not that sort of good life. I'm talking about the real good life, you know, good people around me, good friends around me, a girl that loves me and sticks by me through everything, you know, a young family, my 2 daughters, getting the chance to do what I love for a living. I was sitting down writing the album, and, you know, I noticed that karma's really starting to spin around and starting to make up for a lot of these bad situations I've faced in my life. So, you know, I wrote a song about the life I'm living now. And that's that good life.
Real chill, how I feel, learned the skill, got the deal, stayed indie, kept it real, scored a chick with mad sex appeal, relax, man, my crew is deep, my producer who has the heat, tuck my girls into the sheets, 10 tracks for my baby sleep.
I choose, I move, I don't live on the run, so fresh, so smooth, gotta give me some, right time, right groove, in the summer sun, it's a good night, it's only just begun. I choose, I move, I don't live on the run, so fresh, so smooth, gotta give me some, right time, right groove, in the summer sun, it's a good night, it's only just begun.
After bouncing through from, you know, We Are KP to Hey Girl to The Good Life, you know, the album takes a bit of a twist at track 4, starts to get a little bit deeper. My album goes a long way into, you know, telling the story of my life so far. You know, there's pieces of me on there, and this song starts off with my birth in England, goes through my emigration to Australia, and finishes up when I'm about 12 years old. My dad was living in London, you know, with my mum and my older sister, and he was making a living smuggling coke in from South America up into the UK, and amidst that craziness I was born. Eventually this coke hustle went bust, and, you know, the family was broke. Mum was supporting us all by working in a burger joint, and you know, after a while, with the help of family and friends, they raised the money to move to Australia, start a new life. One thing that didn't change with a new country is the fact my dad was a violent alcoholic. You know, I was about 9 years old. Mum got sick of it, she'd had enough of it, and she ended up leaving him. But, you know, unfortunately I didn't get the chance to leave him. He scooped up me and my younger sister, sort of kidnapped us, and we went on the run for about 3 years till my mum found us in WA and brought us home. That was just about the last time I seen my father. And, you know, we went through a bit of court stuff, a bit of police stuff, and then, yeah, relocated to New South Wales with my mum when I was about 12 years old, and that's where the song winds up. Pretty crazy stuff, but such is life. As usual, Grant nailed the production with this one. You know, the beat really suited the vibe of the track I was trying to come up with, and we've got a guest spot from London MC Kyza on there as well. Had a few people ask me how the Kyza collab came about. Pretty simple story really, you know, I'm a big Kyza fan, have been for a long time. And I was talking to him online, and when I had the idea for the song, I put it to him, and he was happy to be involved. You know, the reason I wanted Kyza on there, I thought that, you know, with this song starting out in the UK, my life starting out in the UK, having a London MC on the track would really bring it to life and give it the vibe that it needed. Massive thanks to Kyza for being on the song. You know, I've found in music that it's a very rare thing to have a track in your mind and have what you have in your imagination turn out in reality exactly as you planned, but that was the case with this track. And yeah, so massive thanks to Kyza, massive thanks to Grant. And as for the song name, Collision, I guess that's when your childhood dreams clash with reality.
Let the name of the game with a pistol. Let me paint with pain and a visual. Mum from Hamburg, dad from Bristol. Smuggled coke on a plane for the fiscal. The money came and went. East London, black can't pay the rent. One thing came, I was sent. Monthly burgers to make a cent.
Hard life with knocks in the game is simple. You swim or you sink to the bottom. It ain't all good when you bop in the rain and your feet hurt and even your socks are in pain. Or you sell rocks for your wage just to floss some Gucci or drop top or a range. Guys get popped with a shot and display more arms than an octopus, mate. Strange.
Dad was broke, mum was choked on a plane in the name of hope. Shame you can't take pain with dope, but blames are sold to gain a quote. So we land in a land of Oz. Yellow brick road doesn't seem what it was. In a mind, in a dream, in a vision, reality hits, that's collision. Let's get 2. This is Big Dave. Know how I do it on a Grand Who production. G-Dub. Backed by the KP Army. Come on, come on.